It's Monte Carlo with history, glamour, and a uniquely tight and claustrophobic challenge. One that over the course of a lap sees us tour an entire country. Welcome along to the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco, then, is not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo. And although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Norris, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Lawson, and Carlos Sainz, Hadjar, Albon, Lance Stroll, and Fernando Alonso, Doohan, Hülkenberg, Ollie Behrman and Esteban Ocon, Bortoleto, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Okay, mate, radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available. Okay, gap ahead, 4.7 seconds. Okay, final lap, let's go, final lap. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And your victor today, Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Only 3 can take to the podium, and here they come. And it's a richly deserved victory today for Kimi Antonelli. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.